Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, wherein once again I'm waving my hands in the air like I just don't care. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, it's a brand new day, and in fact, by my computer here, it is Sunday, the something of August 29th. Thumbs up for that, which means very soon I have a med manager appointment, and that's a good thing, so I can talk to this person about my ADHD meds and caffeine and all that, so good deal. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully your day is good. I've been finding it slow to actually get started this morning. I'm very low motivation, so yay. But I slept, at least semi, sort of. I got to bed late, life, and then, 5:30 I was just awake. Wide awake, but I'd woke up earlier, around 4ish, and then just back and forth, letting time go by. Sometimes it's a good thing to just get up. Sometimes just laying there with your eyes closed actually is still restful for your body. So just laying there can be okay. And so I just lay in bed until 5:30. Yay. Past that, though, I am surviving, and that's good. I still have some red spots from yesterday. I lotioned up massively during the day yesterday. Cheap, generic lotion. The stuff that I use for my legs, because from my knees to just before my toes, I lotion up my legs so that I put on my support stockings. Because if I don't, when I take off my support stockings at night, it's an explosion of dead skin. So I just lotion up, and it, number one, helps keep my socks up. And number two, my legs are doing really, really well in the dry skin department. Have been doing really, really well for some years. In fact, I used to have horrific calluses on my feet, and now they've largely gone. My feet are doing very well because of that. Thumbs up. So I lotioned up my forehead and my nose and my chin and back here, and just, massive amounts of lotion on my head. Hasn't worked perfectly. It's just cheap, generic store brand stuff, and I'm going to try and get something else for good work later. But it has helped. It's not as bad as it was. My skin is healing because, it just was not doing well yesterday. Thumbs up for that. But past that, it's just been a day and time. I've been doing moderately well, while at the same time not running on all cylinders. Not feeling bad about not running on all cylinders, but it's like if you imagine the human brain is like a 6-cylinder internal combustion engine. I don't run on all 6 engines, all 6 cylinders, even at the best of times, with my age, my chronic issues, my injuries, my disability, etc. So on a good day, I'll run it like 4 or 5, and that's good. But days like today, I'm running on 2 mentally. As stated, don't feel bad. I feel pretty good mentally. I feel pretty good physically. I just, it's on some days, you can walk on a line on the floor and you have no problems keeping your balance. Today, I'm walking on the line on the floor, and I'm just having to brace myself on everything because I'm going to be going, woo, or I'm going to be just stepping off the line. Thumbs up. Still, though, life is life. I went walkies yesterday. It was a weird day yesterday, in that I felt kind of with it and kind of not. I was antsy from like 1 o'clock onward, wanting to do something and not just sit, but I didn't know what to do. And so finally I just went walkies later that night, finally, and that was good. But that antsy feeling of wanting to do something, and even then just this morning, it is 7:39 right now, and I've been doing this for 4 minutes. I'm a half hour later than I usually do stuff, so again, don't feel bad, just not running on all cylinders, so yay. And as stated, been doing that for the past couple days, so I've been trying to think on various subjects, and I can't push a subject I mean, I'll chew on things like the cosmic horror framework and the various settings that I got in my head. I'll work on those, but I can't push it. If it's not working, I can't do it. And I've been trying to be creative on various subjects, and it ain't working. But that's just because, as stated, not running on all cylinders. Don't know why. Life is life. So I've been trying to be creative. I've thought about various things and various stuff like that. One of the things I did want to talk about, though, going off on just a random creative story talk instead of much of anything else. Like, if I can remember what I was even going to talk about. Oh yes, I have mentioned over the past couple, like the what happens at the end of the universe, and what will be the eventual fate of our universe, and then fictionalized for the cosmic horror framework. How everything, the real part is, all matter will fade into energy, all energy will fall into its lowest rest state, maximum entropy. That just happens. It takes time, and there's nothing but time. So, try to remember now where I was going with that. Yes, with the Ungata being the same as that. It's just, in the Ungata, there is nothing. I mean, it's literally nothing, because all the matter has evaporated, all the energy has fallen into its lowest rest state. Because of that, with no hope, no possibility of anything ever happening again, these things are effectively infinitely small. Now, in our universe, with our universal constants, there is a Planck limit, where there's a Planck limit on time, a Planck limit on distance, volume, all these things. These are the smallest possible units in our universe. You can't get any smaller than that. That is the Planck length of things. These universes effectively fall below that level because there's nothing. And so they're effectively out of our ability to do anything with. They become effectively mathematical points. And a mathematical point is not an object, it's a coordinate. So there's nothing there and it's gone. Now, in the context of I posit that there is a singularity powering all of creation for my fictionalized version. In the Ungata, there's just nothing. Then there is that singularity that has massive amounts of energy. So, right near the singularity, all this energy works as fluid gas, just for the context of a way to think about it. And then out, you get far enough away from it, and it all gets too cold, freezes out to maximum entropy. It's that spot right in between where it's not too hot that you're fluid, but not so cold that you're solid. That's where all these little singularities happen that gather up and maintain their own universal constants and become multiverses. And then once they become a stable multiverse, they can actually drift outward into the Ungata, and then they don't freeze out. But as I mentioned yesterday, in a universe where there is no matter and nothing to be affected by time, what is time? What does it matter? 1 second or 1 billion trillion years is the same if there's nothing to affect. So there's the Ungata. And then there's our multiverses, and they're drifting out and around in this thing. But again, what's the distance? When there is literally nothing, what is the distance? What is the difference? What is the difference between 1 millimeter and 1 million billion trillion light years? There is none, effectively. But they don't fade out and just freeze out and become nothing, falling to maximum entropy. Drift out far enough from the multiverse, you freeze out into the Ungata again. So there is that level, even on the multiverses, where I have posited that the middle of the multiverse, the hottest spot next to the singularity, is the Ungara. You come outward from that, and there is the Ungare. They get less of that heat and energy. They're less weird. They're closer to us. Then there's us. We are out in the Ungatan, the cold and the dark. That's like cosmic horrors and all that. They can't even come out here because we're so rarefied. We just burn up if in their presence. And then past that, there is the Ungadi, which is an exceptionally thin and rarefied portion of reality, just before the Unga, the void, and then the Unga. You go out into that, all matter dissipates into energy, all energy falls into its lowest rest state, maximum entropy, and is gone. But only we know that that's true and not true. I have mentioned before, there are cancerous universes. They go cancerous, bad. They are malevolent, and if they don't get taken care of, they can really infect and cause problems. So the multiverse as a whole, a being, an entity, which it isn't, ends up ejecting these things. They spiral out and then whoosh out into the Ungada. 99% of the time, these things just instantly, of course, boom, matter dissipates into energy, energy falls into its lowest rest state, and it's gone. Some of these places can fall into a state of hibernation. I don't understand the math, I'm not a mathematician. But they can tether-like circle around, orbit, and then shoot back into the multiverse. And when they hit the multiverse, the heat wakes them up. So there are ways to do that. And as I've mentioned, Amaterasu swam from her multiverse through the void, the Ungada, carrying her reality and her heat with her. And it kept her going. I can't remember fully if I mentioned this, how it worked out, but effectively she carried her reality with her through the Unga until she found our multiverse. How? I don't know. But it's effectively the same as she was in a submarine and she had limited supplies and she took off. Now, when you leave your universe, like if we stepped out of ours, you lose your connection to that universe. You no longer are part of that time stream. You are disconnected from your home universe. But you're not disconnected from the multiverse. The multiverse has its own heartbeat of creation going on. So you're still connected to something. And Amaterasu left that. She packed everything away around her and took off into the Unga and survived. And carried her reality with her, but she was disconnected entirely from her multiverse. She just carried what little reality that she could with her. Again, with using the submarine type thing, by the time she got close to the city, she was running low on supplies. But even though she is made of an entirely different material, because her home multiverse is an entirely different set of universal constants, she was able to effectively hook her life support into the city, the infinite abandoned city, because when they saw her coming, they evacuated. And she was able to effectively, as stated, hook her life support system into the city. She became attuned to that reality. Just like the city is a part of the multiverse because it sank its foundations into the multiverse and then has been built on the foundations. So the city's part of the multiverse, but the multiverse is not a part of the city. Amaterasu is part of the city because she's hooked her life support to it and she's attuned to it. But the city is not a part of Amaterasu. It's entirely different material and matter and makeup, etc. But it doesn't matter. She is attuned. And so too are her children, attuned to her, and they were born in the city. Even though they are made of different material, this is why they can step from the city to other universes and then back instantaneously, just at a thought. They are attuned to the city, and because they are different and weird, they can do that, and thus they are the only 13 creatures in the entirety of an infinite multiverse that can step from the city to any universe and back. And I just thought I'd ramble on about that because Amaterasu is a fascinating character to me. Her children are endlessly fascinating. The entire framework is just bizarre and interesting, and I really like it. So I'm hoping that it does not bore you to tears when I talk about it. And I've opened up 24 hours for the comments, my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people, or however many people have left comments. Thank you for having left a comment. I lost track of my brain entirely on that one, so hopefully I made even a little bit of sense. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language, with all my depression, fibro, mourning, and a whole bunch of stuff, I am sometimes like I can remember what my own name is. So we have Christy Caldwell, thumbs up and thank you. Bunny, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, always good to see you in the comments. Born to Lose, a bit of problems speaking around my dentures today. Born to Lose, thumbs up and thank you. Big T, greatly appreciate. Crystal Phillips, good to see you in the comments, thank you. We have Tyler Picozzi, I sure hope I'm close. A Bizarre YouTuber, good to see you as well. We have Barbiana Lou, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. And Tony Bennett, thumbs up. Favel, with a daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. We have Rizky Pories, sure hope I'm close. Jens V, thumbs up. Dark Sides, greatly appreciated. Made in Canada, good to see you, it's been a while. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Mora, greatly appreciated. Graham Wing, thumbs up. There is, the first part of the name is in like Kyrillic, or however it's pronounced. Cyrillic, I'm not sure, but, and then it's Andre, so thumbs up and thank you. We have Josu, Josue, thumbs up and thank you. Freddie C, greatly appreciated, and thank you for the info. And Kat Lewitt Latkla, yes, I have a P.O. box in the text description, that would be very nice, thank you. Man Bun, additionally multiple friend, thumbs up and thank you, good to see you. Anime fan, thumbs up, and then I do not know how to pronounce it. Tu Yen Hua? I am nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, and that is a very good thing. And I need to somehow get the air blown out of my PlayStation, because the fan comes on really loud in the morning when I first turn it on for like the first minute, and then it spins down. It's been quiet, and suddenly the fan span up and then span back down again because it was warming up. So I gotta get the dust blown out of it somehow. Yay! Anyway though, thank you each and every one of you as stay to get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, and that is appreciated. Also, with my hands in the air, if you could check out wherever the text section of the whole experience is and the show more and all that, because I have links to various things like my Twitter and Facebook and patreon.com, and if you could become a patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely a thumbs up on that. If you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the Patreon, I have a PayPal link wherever the links happen to be are. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, if you could check that out. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell wherever the subscription button is, that would be very cool. Thumbs up and thank you. Definitely a good thing. So I'm going to try and get stuff done today. I want to try and be as creative as possible. I got to work hard. My ADHD meds help, but I still need to do stuff, and with my various chronic things, that's hard. So we shall see what happens that way. But the Covfefe bug again, still raging around the world. Excuse me, that carbonated beverage gas is trying to escape from my belly. Oof. The Covfefe bug is raging around the world. People are dying horrifically from it. So please, it's not political. It is just a virus. It wants to live. And that means it has to spread. And unfortunately, when we get it, sometimes we stop living. So please do not go out among others unless you have to, and if you do, wear a mask. Practice your social distancing. Wash your hands frequently. Try not to touch your face. Again, this is not political, it's just smart. So please, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and frankly, that is a good thing. So thumbs up for that.